I think this is France, but I'm not sure. I remember this. 7 years old. 6 years old. Huh, cool. My mom on a mission, probably going shopping. Now, we also had a condo in France in a place called Élysée 2. It was near an American Army base it was a NATO school was there. I didn't have to learn French, thank God. And I went to that NATO school every day. And I passed by a convent every day, and I would climb up in a tree and watch the nuns to see what they were doing. I didn't sort of get it. I didn't understand what was going on there. But I started talking to them through the fence and stuff like that, and it was just interesting. It was a good waste of time. I can't remember. I don't know if this is Salzburg or not. Maybe not. It's, you start to get them all mixed up, but I've been really everywhere in Europe. Literally everywhere. I love that gun. That was called a Tommy gun. Of course, some women really give me a hard time. When I was a kid, I really liked it. And it was lots of fun to play with. But these days, everybody looks down on every single thing. Everything's not politically correct. I remember when I was in Canada, I went out on 3 separate dates when I finally decided I've had enough of this. I went out on one date and opened the door for a woman. I got chewed out for half an hour that they can open up their own doors. Thank you very much. So that was the end of that date. And I went out with another woman, and I sort of hesitated to open the door, and then she told me for like half an hour that she needs a man who has confidence and doesn't hesitate. Then the third one, I said, okay, screw this. I'm not even going to even go close to the door. And then I got chewed out for another half an hour by another woman that whatever happened to chivalry? Why doesn't a man open the door for a woman anymore? So, feminism has pretty much squashed everything that in Canada, how to behave. We don't know how to behave, and there's no point. So, now I'm in Europe, and it's just as screwed up here as it is in Canada. Waterloo House. Niagara Falls. 3 years old, Waterloo House, Toronto. My dad in one of the chairs he designed. Me at 14. Waterloo Avenue. Back to Austria. I think this is Germany, but this is not me. But I had a pair of lederhosen and the rest of that stuff. I don't know if I have any pictures of that. Probably Austria somewhere. Definitely Austrian, because my mom is dressed in her Austrian outfit. Sao Paulo, Brazil, before I was born. My mom before I was born. After the band went for a break. This was a beautiful guest house, and it was very, very beautiful inside. Three or four, Waterloo House, Toronto, Canada. Back to Austria, with the cute Mädchens outside. Isn't this a smart idea? The Austrians and the Germans do this. I've seen it in other countries as well. They have very plain windows, but they make it more decorative by painting something around the windows, and it gives it a whole lot of class. I don't remember this place. I probably wasn't there, but it looks very cool. Many of the Austrians used to put flowers on their balconies, and it always made their houses look really nice. I don't see it so much anymore. It's kind of a shame. The volunteer fire department and me. I've included this picture again because I really like this picture. This place is familiar to me, but I have absolutely no idea why. "11 years old in another Gasthaus. I suspect Austria." Friends of my mom and dad. Even though I hung out with them a few times, it was only when I was a kid that I knew them. Slower traffic, keep to the right. Germany. Dad and mom together. Aren't these the coolest mushrooms you've ever seen? You better hope that Canadians don't see them, because obviously they would try to smoke them. I remember this interesting guy at the Gasthaus. He couldn't speak a word of English, but I could already speak German fluently in those days. He really liked his beer. Our property in Graz. Who buys a mountain? My dad. He didn't buy the whole thing. He just bought a strip of the mountain all the way from, I don't know, it was in Graz. It was from a street all the way up to the top. And of course, I don't know, it was so steep it was useless. But then years later, they started building houses. The rich went up there to see the view and build houses on stilts. And soon it was worth a whole lot more.